Whenever I'm live streaming Delta Force, the most common question I get is when is it coming to console? And yesterday, Team J, the developers behind Delta Force, had a live stream where they answered a ton of community questions as well as questions from content creators. And in today's video, we're going to break down everything they said in their live stream yesterday. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And if you have any questions regarding their update, their words, my comments, leave it down in the comment section below and I'll try to get you the answers and I'll try to respond to you as quickly as possible. When Season 1 Genesis launched several weeks ago, it received high praise for how affordable it was. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe it was $7 for the Warfare mode, $7 for the Operations mode, and if you wanted to play both modes, get Battle Pass for both modes, it was only $12. And as someone who doesn't play the Warfare mode as often as I thought I would play it, I think it's a great option to be able to pay for just the Battle Pass of the mode that you're playing of the game. But also, one of the highest criticisms of the Season Pass was two things. One, that the larger safe box, the 3x3 safe box, was hidden behind the paywall in the Season Pass, meaning you had to purchase the Season Pass in order to get access to the 3x3 safe box. The second thing was that the operator skin, which was a feature of the Battle Pass, was way down the line. And the third thing that received high criticism was that there was a cap on Battle Pass experience that you could get on any given week. I believe it was capped at 25,000 XP per week, and a lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people wanted to grind the game and grind through the Battle Pass. What Team J said was that they put the cap on the Battle Pass so you didn't feel like you had to grind it out. They wanted you to have a life balance when playing the game, and that was their reason for putting the cap. Now, what they have done at the end of Season 1 is they've removed the cap so that you can catch up to the end of the Battle Pass. Now, going into Season 2, they completely removed the cap on XP, meaning you can grind out the Battle Pass as quickly as you want to. And I want to say, for the sake of the game, that's probably the best path forward. Let people play the game how they want to play the game. If people want to no-life it, they can no-life it. And if Delta Force is a game that you're playing casually, you can still feel at ease knowing that you'll have plenty of time to get the rewards of the Battle Pass, with the operator skin being at the beginning of the Battle Pass now. And also now you don't have to purchase the Battle Pass to obtain the larger safe box. You can earn your way to the safe box as you progress through the season. Some of the other things in the Battle Pass is now a new weapon, the butterfly knife, which they quickly touched on. And one of the other things they mentioned as part of this new season is that they're going to reduce the amount of events in the game. Now, if you currently log into the game, you'll see there are a ton of events, and you can definitely get overwhelmed by the amount of events. Having the feeling to chase every camo or every charm or every calling card as part of an event can get exhausting. So I think it's a good change that they're reducing the amount of events in the new season while still keeping the same amount of rewards. And this change was based on community feedback, so I'm glad they're listening to the community and moving away from so many goddamn events. Now, before the pre-alpha in August, Delta Force launched with 5 operators, but they did say that they would be unveiling a new 6th operator, which came to be Viron. And Viron quickly became one of the most used operators in Delta Force. He's probably one of the most OP operators in today's Delta Force. But with Season 1, they introduced a new operator, and that new operator was Uluru, and he's quickly becoming a fan favorite amongst operations players with his guided missile. And the devs did say they would be unveiling new operators as the game grows, so it's no surprise that in Season 2 they're unveiling a new operator. That new operator is Seneva, and he's a support operator from what I gather. He's heavy on the defense, he has a blast shield. I have heard unofficially that Luna's electric arrow will disable the shield, though that wasn't mentioned in the live stream. None of the devs said that it would be nerfed or disabled by any other operator, as far as I can tell. And that kind of doesn't make sense to me that that would be the case, because no current operator's abilities are nerfed by any other operator's abilities. So the new operator, to me, in my opinion, looks sick. I think he's going to play an important role in the game, especially operations. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. As part of the live stream, the developers reached out to other content creators to gather their questions from maybe their community bases. Fixate was a part of this live stream and asked a question about solo queuing.
There's a lot of people that like to play solo out there, myself included. I play at weird times of the day, and right now it's pretty difficult for a solo player to survive when they're encountering 3-man squads all the time, and we expect a solo-only queue at the start of Season 2.
Earlier in the game's development, in the alpha and the pre-alpha, there was a discussion about solo queuing. They did mention that they would be adding or consider adding a solo queue in operations mode. Currently, it's a 3-man squad. You can either solo fill and know that you're facing against other 3-man squads, or you can squad fill to complete your party and infill that way. But when Fixate asked about solo queuing yesterday, meaning I would infill to a match solo and everybody else on the map would also be solo, the exact words from the devs were, "Let's see how Season 2 goes. and then we'll look at it. So I don't believe it's coming in season 2 or season 3. I don't even think it's something that they're actively working on. One of the biggest updates to the operations mode is going to be to the map Zero Dam. I personally spend a lot of time on Zero Dam. I feel like I can infill to the map, gather a bunch of loot to sell, exfil, and then put it on the auction house or sell it to the supply station to get some quick money. But the devs do have a lot of data on this map, and what they're saying is that Zero Dam is definitely the most popular map. That's the first thing. Also, the other thing that they notice is that people die a lot on this map. And what they've learned is that people are engaging in PvP almost immediately on this map because it's so small and these spawn points are so close. So your exfil success rate is pretty low when you go to Zero Dam. And what are the devs doing to combat this? They're going to do 2 things. So starting in season 2, Zero Dam is going to have a second layer to the map. They've added in a new underground layer. That way you can quickly go from the east side of the map to the west side of the map without having to engage in immediate PvP. And while you're under this map, you'll have access to arguably the hottest PvP point on the map, which is admin. And what we know about the map is there's going to be an eastern entrance, there's going to be a western entrance. So cement plant and power plant all have an entrance, as well as admin has an entrance. So all these 3 major POIs of the map are now interconnected through a web of pathways, tunnels, and things underground. And I think this is a great addition to Zero Dam. I think going 0 to hero is going to be a lot easier now because now you have more path options. The other thing they're doing is they're limiting gear on the easy mode of these operations maps, meaning no longer will you be running into a top tier squad in Zero Dam that's fully kitted to the nines wearing gold or red gear. That's going to wipe you out immediately. They're going to limit you to tier 3 gear, which is purple gear. And they're going to limit you to tier 3 bullets, which is blue bullets. If you don't know the tiers of bullets, they have the standard gray bullets, they have green, they got blue, they got purple, they got gold. So starting season 2, no more gold bullets in easy mode, no more red bullets in easy mode. It's tier 3 bullets, blue bullets, and tier 3 gear, which is purple gear. And I think that's a nice change to the game. We've all ran into the sweatiest players in this game wearing top tier gear in the easiest game mode of the map, and it's utter ridiculous. But I'm glad they're putting a limit on the gear because I feel like it will balance out and make the gunfights a lot more balanced. Because just like in normal mode where you have to infill with a certain dollar amount of gear, meaning on some maps you have to infill with at least $100, $200, $300,000 worth of gear on before you go in the map. I think it's only fair that in easy mode they put that gear limit there so that way people are not going in and squad wiping the map with top tier gear and ammo. With Season 2, Delta Force is also introducing a new game mode. It's a 3v3v3 PvP game mode. The premise of it is that 3 teams of 3 will face off against each other in an effort to decode a mana brick, and you're rewarded points for each match, either by squad wiping everybody or decoding the mana brick. But they've added the mana brick into the game mode so that it isn't purely focused on PvP. There is an objective, and if you play Delta Force, you know that the mana bricks do hold value in the game. You can sell these things on the auction house, or you can hold them to unlock camos throughout the season. So I think it's going to be a fun game mode. So they're going to be using POIs of existing operations maps. So example, you'll be limited to fighting in the admin center of Zero Dam or the Empress Hotel of Yali Grove. You'll be given a loadout that includes gear and weapons, so you won't be losing or using any of your existing operations gear in this game mode. But again, this is a limited time game mode, so they don't know if they're going to keep it in the game. So definitely play it while it's there. And let me know how you feel about this game mode, because they've already addressed the fact that they don't plan on entertaining the idea of a battle royale, and they don't plan on entertaining the idea of a 6v6 multiplayer mode. And I think that's evident in the 2025 roadmap that they introduced yesterday. One of the things that Delta Force got a lot of criticism for was their kernel level based anti-cheat. Apparently it was too invasive. A lot of people didn't like it, but they're saying they're sticking with it. They're not going to change anything. If anything, they're going to double down on making sure that the game is as fair as it can be. As of today, their GTI security team has released a violation report, and they do this every week, every 2 weeks. They release a report, and we can see some astounding numbers here. 10-year bans, 7,305. DMA bans, 2,124. They have 5,146 devices blocked, 18,436 cheat attempts stopped, and players forced offline, 49,276. So I think it's safe to say that Team Jade is taking this game very seriously. They're taking their anti-cheat very seriously. And if you log into the game, they release this report on a regular basis. You can click on the notifications and you will see a link to everybody that's been caught cheating. Now, they don't release the full username, but they do release a partial view of the username for everybody that's been caught cheating and that's been banned. I think Delta Force is doing a great job of trying to keep this game as safe and as fair as possible. And then lastly, of course, is we got console release. One of the biggest questions I have again is when is it coming to console? And it's sad to say that they've delayed the console release for this game. It doesn't look like it's coming in Q1 2025. I don't even think it's coming in Q2 2025. They've delayed the mobile launch. They're focusing on mobile. They've delayed that launch until summer 2025. As of yesterday's live stream, there is a delayed mobile launch. There's no current launch date or launch timeframe for console, and we don't have any info on when they'll add controller support to the game. So going into season 2, probably going into season 3, more than likely it's going to remain a PC game and it will be added to mobile hopefully in summer 2025. But that's the wrap up of what I find is most important for season 2 of Delta Force. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on anything Delta Force has to offer up in news and updates in coming videos. So hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. If you really want to show some love, sub to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.